Hi there, it's Miss Nowakowski coming to you from the studio at Grower Elementary in the Richmond School District. And today I'm going to share another macrame project with you. Today we're going to start to play with shapes. So we're going to form a symmetrical triangle in a small wall hanging. So the materials you need for this triangle wall hanging are some yarn or macrame cord, something to tie onto. I've just got a piece of wood here that I found, pair of scissors, and then a measuring tape or ruler. So I've cut 10 pieces of cord and they're each 160 centimeters long. But you might wonder, how did I know to cut 10 pieces of cord? Well, I did a plan for my design and I knew I wanted to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 square knots in my top row. So to make a square knot, I need 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of cord or yarn or string. And so that's folded in half. That's one lark's head and then another lark's head. So that's 2 pieces of string for each square knot. So 2 times 5 or 5 plus 5 is 10. So I knew I needed 10 pieces of cord. And then after I do my 5 knots, I'm going to decrease the number of knots in each row by 1 so that I could form a triangle. So in the next row, there will be 4. And then in the next row, there will be 3, and then 2, and then 1. So that's my plan for my design to make an inverted triangle there. Okay, so to begin this triangle wall hanging, I've just put my piece of wood up here and I've got all my pieces of cord. I'm going to fold them in half and then I'm going to do my lark's head knots over the piece of wood here. So pulling those through, and I need to do 10 of those. Okay, so I have my cords knotted on with the lark's head knot across my piece of wood here. The wood has bumps and curves and you kind of have to just work with that. That's what gives the project a little bit of character. So I am going to start with my square knots and I'm going to work left to right. So I'm just going to move these cords over for right now. And I'm going to start with my first square knot here. And remember my plan, I'm going to do 5 across the top. So I'm just going to leave a little bit of space there. Some people do it tight up to the top, but you can do whatever you want. I really want to sort of highlight the triangle shape, so I'm going to leave a little bit of space and then have the knots all lined up across. So I'm going to do 4 more knots across that row. Okay, so I've got my 5 square knots across, and remember, if you don't remember how to do the square knot, go back to my introduction to macrame video and it gives you all the instructions for making this square knot. Now when I look at my plan here, I've got 5 across the top, which I've just done, and now I need to move over a little step here and do 4 next. And you can see that these are on the grid paper here, they're on this line going down. And so this is what we do with macrame. So now we're going to take the 2 cords on this side and just move them out of the way, and the 2 cords on the left side and move those out of the way. And now I'm only using these cords, and that's what's going to help me make a new square knot and just do 4. So I'm going to use 2 from this knot and 2 from this knot, and these 2 in the middle become my new center cords. So I make the first part of my square knot, my half, and then my second half, starting on the right side, and pull that up. Okay, so there's my first knot, and then I'm going to do 3 more so that I have 4 along this row. So now we have a row of 5 knots, a row of 4 knots, and now we're going to do a row of 3 knots. So again, I take my 2 on my right and move those up, and 2 on my left and move those up. And then again, I use 2 from cords from this knot and 2 from this knot. These are my 2 center knots. Make sure those don't cross. Keep those nice and straight. And then I make a square knot again. I'm leaving a little bit of space between the knots, but you could also pull them really tight. It's up to you what sort of design you want. So I've got one done. Now I need to do 2 more for this row. Okay, following the plan, I've got 5 in the first row, 4 in the next row, 3 in the next. So now we're down to 2 in the next row. So again, remove my 2 left ones, just move those to the side. And then I've got 4 and 4. I've got 8 cords left here, so I can make 2 knots. Make my square knot here. And then I'll make 1 more on this row. And for the final row, making the final corner of the triangle, just going to make 1 knot. So I put these 2 up here and these 2 up here, and I make my last row of 1 square knot. And I'm going to make sure that this is particularly tight, just so that it stays really secure. Pull that really well. There we go. Then I'm going to bring these cords all down. And there's our triangle. Can you see that shape there? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So how many knots did we make for this project? So my triangle wall hanging is finished. I see my triangle shape here. I have all my extra cords hanging here, and I'm just going to trim them so that they're all even. I can kind of look at it and measure. I'm just going to cut across. You can leave them however you want. You can leave them different lengths if you want, but I'm going to do them even across, and then if you want, you can untwist the cord or the yarn and kind of fluff it out. Again, it's up to you what you like. But now that you know how to do the basic design for making a triangle, you can be creative with that and apply that into different wall hangings and projects that you do.